we're back with another episode of Real Life Movie Talk. It's your boy Chris.
Blockbuster Ben, what's happening? What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening?
Lots happening.
Yes, sir.
We got a couple things to get into.
Real quick.
But before we do,
Yep.
the guest on the show, fan of the show, friend of ours,
Good friend.
Nicholas Warfield, had his baby today.
Yes, indeed. My buddy Nick, his girlfriend Lainey, had a little baby girl, Collins Reese Warfield today, excuse me. And she's beautiful.
On our day of the Lord, January 14th, 2021.
Yep. I'm so excited for him. I've seen bunches of pictures of her. She's so beautiful. And she shares a birthday with World Series champion Adam Kolarek.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So happy birthday to you too, buddy.
Another friend of the show.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Happy birthday to you too, buddy.
Yes, happy birthday to both.
And speaking of sports.
Speaking of sports.
Ravens.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Done with that topic. Ravens now.
Lamar got his first playoff win. Right?
Big dog.
The monkey is off the back, as they say.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, well, because he hadn't won one yet,
Right.
right? That's what they were saying. Can he get past it?
Right.
And he did. And I honestly didn't really care where we went next. Either one is going to be a challenge, right? Either game is
Mahomes in the AFC Championship.
okay.
It's more.
Oh, meaning you want to beat him in the AFC Championship.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
If we're gonna see him, I want to see him there.
Yeah.
I do think we match up better against the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick, just a beast. Mahomes is just a beast. We're on a first name basis. I should probably say Mahomes for you guys, but he's just a monster.
Yeah.
And I said this 2 years ago, the beginning of last year, or maybe the end. I don't know. I said this at some point. I said Mahomes won MVP, and then the next year he won a Super Bowl. I said it'd be cool if Lamar did the same thing. This will be the year to follow in those footsteps.
That'd be tight.
It'd be tight.
It'd be real tight, man.
It'd be tight.
So, I would love to, watch the Browns just get stomped on. You know? I just would love that. And
I wouldn't mind seeing them in the AFC Championship
But,
either.
I was getting to a but,
Yeah.
I would also love to put their asses out in the AFC Championship. That would be sick.
The last time those two played each other, I think it was Rose Bowl or something, and it was a huge game for both of them. So that's pretty cool to see.
Yep.
Because they were big up-and-comers in college, and just cool. It's really exciting. So I'm excited. Playoffs are here. I really hope we win. But beyond that, I'm just pumped.
What did you think of the logo stomp?
Oh, yeah. I was going to actually ask you that. I didn't like it at all.
What?
Nah, I didn't like
Bro, I was pumped for it. I was all the way here for
it.
it.
Okay. All right.
Fuck them. Excuse me, but fuck them.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I agree, right? I'm not going to chastise them for it.
Yeah.
Right? Don't start no problems, won't be no problems. I'm with that 100%. But I just feel like winning feels better when you stay humble.
That's fair if the other team is a respectful opponent, man. And Lamar said, he's like, every team we face them with, we come at them respectfully. And they were the only ones, man. Vrabel was being a total dick last time we played him. Butler was talking trash the whole game.
Yeah, I saw him give him the
Flip
little
Lamar
finger.
off. Yeah. Come on, dude. I'm so glad whooped their ass. It was awesome.
But I just think the victory is enough.
I don't know. This one.
Like, if he would have shook their hands and came into the press conference and said, it was hard shaking their hands because I don't have any respect for what they did, but fuck them, we won. Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I didn't like the logo stomp.
I loved it.
Because it's not just the players, man. You're shitting on the whole history of that franchise. The Eddie George, Ray Lewis rivalries, it goes back.
Yeah.
I know. Whatever.
I don't care.
Yeah, they started it.
They
started it.
Yeah.
Don't start now.
And it could have been worse. Like, dude, bro, if we whoop their ass and then what if now we get to go shake hands and they're even worse and now they're trying to fight like Lamar or something like that. You know what I mean? A huge scuffle breaks out. I think walking off the field was the best thing they could have done. That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, screw them. That's it. That's all I have to say about that.
All right. So would you have done it if you won?
What? If I was out there on the field with them? Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Only them. Just that team. Nobody. You haven't seen the Ravens do that to anybody else.
I'm with it.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I 100% was on board with it. And I think most people were. I heard even Ed Reed was like, "Now you win with grace," or he said something like that. But there are, so I don't know.
didn't see that.
Me personally, I was like, that's awesome. Loved it.
I wasn't mad at it. I was pumped up when it happened. It was just at the end. I'm not saying they shouldn't have did it.
Yeah.
I understand why they did. I'm just saying if I was there, I don't think I would have.
Okay. Well,
Whatever.
it is what it is.
All right.
All right, beer.
Beer me. Beer's better cold.
Yep. It's a John
And
Party song.
Miller Lite. What am I going to do?
Keep drinking it.
Like I said, Heavy Seas is working on bringing me over. I will be drinking more of their beer coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
But until it's free,
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing light.
Cool.
Light or free. Those are my two things.
So I actually took a week off from Heavy Seas. I'm drinking a couple Christmas gift beers. My brother's girlfriend, Samantha, shout out to you, Samantha. She gave me a mix pack of different local brewery beers. And two of them are from Key Brewing Company out of Dundalk, Maryland, which I've never had before.
Oh, so it's like Key Bridge.
Yeah. So, but I've never even had any of their beers. So this is their double IPA, Dundalk Calling, right there. Hopefully you can see the label. And it's called, Beer for Everyone, according to this label.
Even kids?
Well, yeah, they probably should put that on there, right? They should probably put Beer for Everyone, 21 and older. Oh, that's kind of funny.
Perfect.
Yeah. But anyway, this is my first time, so let's dive into this. She also got me while I sip this, which I love. Because she knows we did hot sauce stuff on the show and everything. It's called Ass Blaster Hot Sauce, which I'm scared to try at this point. But I'm going to proudly display it right here on the bar for the time being because I think the outhouse case for the hot sauce is so fitting. You pop that puppy open and there she is. So I don't know.
If you come presented like that, you better come correct with the heat.
Hopefully it's good.
Oh, I hope it's the hottest thing we've ever had.
Okay.
We've ever had.
Well, maybe we'll,
If you're going to put it in an outhouse and call it Ass Blaster, like you're going far.
Yeah.
I just hope the bark matches the bite matches the bark.
Well, that's pretty good. I like that.
That's an Indian IPA?
No,
Pale Ale.
India Pale Ale. So double IPA. It's a double.
Double.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty good. Dry hop with all citra, whatever that means.
I did not realize until we just talked about it that IPA stood for
India Pale Ale.
Indian Pale Ale.
Not Indian. India.
India
Yeah.
Pale Ale.
What did you think it meant?
I just
You
thought it was
thought
an accurate.
three letters.
That's what I thought.
That's a Miller Lite guy right there. That's what that is.
Yeah, I drink a beer that I don't get hungover. I like it.
Okay, now popcorn. Damn, this is good. I would get this. Check out Key Brewing Company. Check out this Dundalk Calling. This is good. I would definitely recommend this.
Okay.
Peanut butter drizzle.
Peanut butter drizzle.
It's called peanut butter drizzle, but it's more like peanut butter chocolate drizzle because there's loads of chocolate in there. Now, full disclosure, when I was up there picking it up, I got a sample of a little bit of fresh out of the back, a little mini bag of this. So it is
Okay.
It's very good. I'm already a peanut butter guy.
Okay.
Like I literally could put peanut butter on
A foot.
no, not a foot. But I eat it on a lot of shit. Not just sandwiches, right?
Right. Peanut
Dip
butter
all
first.
kinds of stuff in it. Peanut butter crack, everything.
It's a good dessert.
Uh-huh.
It's a good lunch.
We see peanut butter cups?
Done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. And they do the special stuff now where they put pretzels and stuff in it. Peanut butter is good enough by itself.
Yeah,
I
for
think
real.
that other stuff just takes away.
Now, I will say, DC Pops is currently scaling back because it's now past their busy season.
Okay.
Right, so if you go in, where it used to be an entire wall, it's probably about half that now. And I think they cut the amount of flavors in half too, and just sticking with the most popular ones for the time being.
Okay.
So, but they're still making it. It's still, all year long they make it. You can order online.
That's really good.
Yeah, they really haven't let us down yet, I feel like. This has been amazing.
I agree.
Shout out to them for all the popcorn they've given us over the last few months. Support them, man. They're great people up there at that store. Got a lot of cool stuff
They
in
are
there.
amazing people. And the popcorn's amazing. Honestly, I wouldn't endorse it if I didn't like it. So.
All right. Now, not a whole lot of movie news. See a rumor this morning. I don't know if you saw it. Rumors, headlines, whatever, circulating the internet.
Okay.
That Chris Evans is
Oh,
supposed to return as Captain America in a more limited role, but in a future MCU.
Like, it's got to be a prequel.
gotta be a prequel.
Or they're
some
doing a whole new universe.
Some kind of cameo, something.
They said Iron Man was coming back too.
I'd heard that a little while back too. But Chris Evans went on Twitter and was like, well, that's news to me.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's how you dispel a rumor.
Well, so that, but then that's happened a lot, I think, because they're supposed to be crazy secretive about any involvement, right, before it's officially announced.
They do a good job of that.
Yeah, a couple characters. Haley Steinfeld in the Hawkeye series, like her, people were asking her. There's a bunch, so it is a possibility, I guess. I don't know. I'd be excited to see him again, but
Yeah.
this
was awesome.
I love that universe so much.
All the Chris's are awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing I just saw right before you got here, I had no idea this was happening. Were you a Walker, Texas Ranger kid growing up? Did you watch Walker, Texas Ranger?
No, but I read all the Chuck Norris jokes.
They're the best, aren't they?
They are the best.
I mean, they're like some of the best.
It's like the originator of the internet.
Yeah.
It's like where memes started.
Yeah. Oh, God. What, do you have a favorite Chuck Norris show?
I can't remember.
Okay. One of my favorites is that when Chuck Norris does push-ups, he doesn't push up, he pushes the earth down.
I remember that one, actually.
I love that one. I mean, that one gets me every time. But they're remaking the show, apparently.
Really?
Starts this month, yeah.
Who they casting?
Jared Padalecki is his name. He's been in some TV shows. I don't know him. It's going to be on the CW. I've never watched, I don't think, a CW
Surprised
show.
the CW's still around.
Dude,
Spike's gone, right? Spike TV?
Spike is now the Paramount Network.
Okay.
Yeah, which has Yellowstone, which is one of the best shows on TV.
Yeah, that's the
Kevin
dude,
Costner.
The guy I was just vacationing with said his man crush is that cowboy on there.
Oh, Rip.
I don't know.
Yeah, Rip. Rip's a badass dude. He's a badass dude, man.
Yeah.
I highly recommend Yellowstone. And if you have like a cable subscription to Xfinity, you can get Peacock Premium for free.
Really?
Yep, and all 3 seasons are on Peacock.
Ooh, that's where The Office is.
Yep, also The Office.
Yeah.
Yep, which I just started watching again.
So good.
It's so good.
So good. Not even close.
Yeah,
I don't think anything's close except Sunny.
except Sonny, but like as far as like The Office gets me here too,
Mm-hmm.
where Sonny makes me laugh, but Sonny has never gotten my heartstrings,
Right.
and The Office has got me. So if I got to give the edge to one, it's got to be The Office.
Yeah, it's a better show.
Yeah.
I've just laughed harder at Sunny in my
Yeah.
situations.
Yeah, man. They and actually what they did was, I think for season 3, there's like, they call them the super fan episodes. So like season 3 has all these extended cut, like longer episodes on Peacock. So I thought that's pretty cool too.
That's pretty awesome.
So
I did not know that. I will have it by the end of tonight.
Yeah, so when I'm in season 2 right now, when I get to season 3, like you'll have to, it's a separate like thing, so you got to watch it on its own. But all still on Peacock, and I can't wait to see some of this extra, like the extra cuts.
Yeah,
you know, like
you love that stuff.
bro, some of those cold opens and stuff, man, are still some of the best.
bloopers and then the
When he has the ball, he's bouncing at his desk. He's like, good for core strength, blah 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 blah, blah. Better sex, right? And Jim's like, and how much? 25. Got it. Boom! Fucking pops it, dude. Ah, man, it's the greatest.
it is.
Okay,
Well, speaking of TV shows, did you want to mention our plan going forward?
I was gonna do that at the end when we
We'll
announce
do it at the end.
when we're doing our
That's how you build anticipation.
next week's stuff. Yeah, so stay tuned until the end of the episode and listen up for our new upcoming segment. Okay, so now we can just jump into these reviews.
Okay.
Do Savages first?
Savages first, sure.
That's the one I have first written down.
Okay.
Okay, now both of these movies will be, or reviews, excuse me, both of these reviews will be spoiler filled. Okay?
Okay.
Savages came out in 2012. Insomnia came out in 2002. So it's been well past the time limit. But yeah.
9 years?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright. We're spoiling.
Bro, I think so. I mean, come on.
I really want people to go see it, though.
Here's what we can do.
We can spoil it.
Yeah, definitely. But what we'll do is...
Let's not spoil the end. Part that you hated the most.
Bro, that's what that's my whole thing.
No!
That's
don't
my
do
whole
that.
thing.
Don't tell them how it ends. That's supposed to be shock value. Some people enjoy it.
This is what we're going to do. I'm going to say it, but we can put up a thing that says spoilers.
All right.
Okay? And fast forward. Because I need that.
Okay.
I have to say that.
Okay.
Okay? So,
I'll remember that next time I need to say that.
and listen, going forward, dude, honestly,
All right, spoilers all day.
quick sidebar. I think we could do that because that's a lot of feedback I've gotten from some of the people that watch. Is that like I wish they literally Chrissy told me a friend of hers was like, I wish they went more in depth, meaning
they talk
how it ended, even small details that could be considered spoilers. Like other people have said, like I wish you guys did more. So I've been trying to think of a way we can do it. We can get to a point and then when we can put up like a big warning that flashes on the screen before we jump into that section, you know.
Sure.
And I always try to say it before I give one away.
All right, spoilers ahead.
Spoilers ahead. You know, we could do it like a big banner or like a while it's up, like it could be up while we don't have to plan it right now while we're on camera, but that's fine. Anyway, Savages.
Okay.
2012, directed by Oliver Stone, big time director, right? I mean, he's directed all his movies. I feel like always have an agenda, like every single one. JFK, Platoon, W, World Trade Center, so many more, countless others. They're all something to do with politics for the most part. Savages isn't really political. He also did Any Given Sunday, which is one of my favorite football movies, right?
Great movie.
Not a political agenda, but it did kind of sometimes feel like
on social
issues, right? Like so
accurately, I would say.
I wouldn't argue with that, but he's always, what I'm saying is he's like a Spike Lee.
He's got a message.
Where he's always trying to push something on people. Mm-hmm. And that's why all of his movies don't work for me. That's why I don't like all Spike Lee's movies. Like those two are very similar. Those two are very similar to me.
Spike Lee's an extremist though.
Yeah. So it's based on a novel, which I didn't know, by a guy named Don Winslow, and they wrote the screenplay together.
Okay.
2 hours and 11 minutes, rated R. There is an unrated cut that is an extra 12 minutes. So that's out there depending on I watched it on HBO. They just had the regular, but you can buy the unrated.
Right.
And the plot of this movie is it's about these two guys that grow this like primo weed in California, right? Ben and Chan, which I hate that name. Okay, Chan.
Okay.
So they face off right against this Mexican drug cartel after the drug cartel comes to them and offers them a partnership, which would probably more likely end up as a "we own you" type thing. They don't present it that way, but
the cartel's getting pushed out of Mexico for reasons.
Yeah.
And then they want to understand how Ben and Chan can grow their weed.
Because they have the best.
Like, normal weed in this scenario, I don't know much about marijuana.
Yeah.
But in this scenario, it's like 5 to 6% THC, and they're doing it at 30. Mm-hmm. So it's substantially the best weed in the world, basically. And they want that market. And
Ben and Chan turn him down. So then the cartel then kidnaps their girlfriend. When I say
I heard that right.
Their girlfriend, their shared girlfriend, Ophelia, or O is what they call it. Blake Lively. So they're in a three-way.
What's that called?
A menage a trois.
Oh,
no, not that.
Well, that's the sex, but it's actually a relationship. It's like a thruple? Thruple, that's it.
Okay.
Thruple.
Yeah.
Julia said it while we were watching it.
Yeah, so...
How the fuck you know what that is? Just joking.
So like he said, Blake Lively, O is their girlfriend. Chan is played by Taylor Kitsch, who I like. He's been in some good stuff. He was in season 2 of True Detective, which gets a bad rap. Mm-hmm. But I loved him in that role.
Yeah, he was predominant for a while. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, he was also in Waco. Did you see Waco? It's about the cult that was in Texas, that FBI. Oh man, you gotta watch that show. Okay. He plays the cult leader, and he's so good. Okay. You have to. Waco is incredible. It's a miniseries. Okay. And then he was also in Lone Survivor, which I loved.
Yeah, I think what is it? John Carter ruined his career.
That was earlier. Yeah, than some of these actually. I think he may have bounced back a little. I don't know, because John Carter was even before.
Was he in Battleship too?
He was in Battleship, I think. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, he's got a lot of good names, but he looked like he was the next thing, and then he faded off
a little bit.
So yeah, and who's the other guy? I really like.
Ben, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Kick-Ass. He plays Kick-Ass, and then he's in the Avengers as Quicksilver. Yep. He's got a bunch of other credits too. Yeah. So he's out there. But all three actors that I like. And then you got a couple supporting. John Travolta plays Dennis, this crooked DEA agent.
Yeah, I think he did a good job.
Benicio del Toro plays like the main henchman of the cartel, Lotto.
Who looks just like a Mexican Brad Pitt.
With that haircut he did, yeah.
I'm gonna look right here. Boom. Photo of Brad Pitt next to him. They look like the same fucking person.
And then the drug cartel leader is Elena, played by Salma Hayek. And the backstory is that her husband was killed and she had to take over. So,
Yep.
let's jump into this. My first note, dude, the three-way relationship, so bizarre. I could never, to me it was like, what the hell is this?
It was weird. Very weird.
What do you, excuse me, what do you think?
So, yeah, I enjoyed seeing it.
Because it's not your life?
Oh, yeah, I could never do that. But it almost felt like a weird women empowering statement.
You think
like
so?
You were saying. I did, because I don't understand. It was weird as hell. I didn't like that part of it, but it intrigued me. I was like, okay, so how is this going to work? And I think, what was the story of Othelia?
Her dad either died when she was young or ran off. It was like a piece of shit. And her mom was like rich as shit and had boyfriend after boyfriend, or husband after husband after husband, and she never had a male figure in her life that she could look up to. I think was the.
Are you mentioning this character?
Yeah. What is?
Oh, I meant the O from Othelia.
From the play.
No, what she's named after.
Yeah.
I was wondering if they
clue.
did some sort of reference to that, but I don't
No
remember.
clue.
I know in that movie, Othelia, they die at the end, but that's nothing to do with what we're talking about.
No.
All right, so it was weird. The relationship was very strange, but it's a movie, and
It is a movie.
Definitely original. I've never seen that through 3 actors before. I didn't necessarily enjoy it, but I watched it. Like, wow, okay. I guess they're 2 bisexual guys and a girl.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I couldn't live like that. I don't know. I don't think I could.
Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't be a drug dealer, so.
Also fair. And just to like you hear like this movie's got this. Oh my God, there's a throuple, as you said. There's some sex scenes, right? And they all were trash. They were all fully clothed sex scenes. It was such a waste, dude. Like, I was like, what are we in middle school?
Yeah.
Like, this is so dumb.
Blake Lively's not going to get naked, though.
I guess not. But then to me, that took, like, this is not, nobody has sex like that. There's a moment where she hops in the bathtub fully clothed.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on, bro, what? This is dumb. This is so dumb. We got Taylor Kitsch's ass cheeks out.
Free the nipple.
yeah, come on, man. It was like,
okay.
And that was, we were supposed to have a guest tonight. Brittany Christopher was supposed to be here. And she would back me up on this because this is something we talked about offline. So I do have to mention it. It's not just me. There is a woman on my side on this
I wanted
one.
to hear her perspective.
Yeah, well, that's one of them. She said the sex scenes are trash.
Oh, not the sex scenes. I don't care about sex scenes.
Okay.
I meant about that relationship. I would love to have heard her perspective on a girl openly dating 2 guys at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know what she said about that, actually. I don't think we even talked about it because we were too busy.
Well, I'm not going to represent her opinion. I'd like to hear from her. But yeah, that part was definitely throwing me off. But if you pay, like, aside from that, because my brain already knew that was happening, I was over it. But as the story progresses, it's narrated by Blake Lively, and it'll give like 30 minutes worth of backstory in a 2-minute sentence. And then there's scenes you watch as she's narrating, and it really speeds the story up. Like, you get the gist of who each character is very quickly without a lot of time wasted. And I really appreciate that from a director's standpoint.
Okay. I don't, I wouldn't disagree with that. What the director's cut did, apparently, is give you more backstory on Dennis, the John Travolta's character, and Benicio del Toro's character.
Both of them are very interesting characters.
Yeah, and so you get a little bit more of that. Brittany apparently watched the director's or the unrated cut. So
of course she did.
But it just
did she see titties?
No, she didn't. Because I didn't realize there was an unrated cut until after I watched it. So I looked it up and I wanted to see like what the differences were, and it really was all just character development, nothing else. Yeah. That was it. Which could have been good because I didn't really care for John Travolta's character. Like, I like John Travolta, but like the guy was just this like kind of like a sleazy,
FBI agent.
Yeah, and then you understand why he's in bed with these guys. a little bit. His wife has cancer or something.
Died,
and
yeah.
they're giving him weed and it's helping her with her pain and things like that.
He's crooked. He's taking money.
But he is crooked. That's not the first time.
I actually like John Travolta's character in this.
Man, I don't know. Maybe if I had a little more, but like he just kind of was he was a weasel to me. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't
That's
like
what
it
he was
too much.
supposed to be, though.
And then like Benicio's character, when he gets introduced, the way he's like the main hitman, right, for the cartel, and he rolls around with his crew, and they roll up in like a truck, a trailer with like lawn mowing equipment. Yeah. And they run these lawn mowers and leaf blowers and everything while they're killing someone inside. And it's kind of genius.
Yeah.
Like you can't hear the gun go off or whatever, whatever weapon they're using.
That's a point, but they're all Spanish people, so never looking twice.
It is. It's a very like hidden in plain sight type thing. And they I was like, man, this guy's kind of a freaking badass. I really like that. And then as you find out more about him, I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. You find out later, spoiler alert, that he's not as loyal to his boss as he.
All of it, right? But
they're all crooked. I was like, I would have respected him so much more if he was her ride or die. But really, he was just out for himself.
Yeah.
And to me,
no honor amongst thieves.
That's fair, but I don't know. I don't know. I want a respectable villain or criminal or whatever. Have some morals. The guy didn't have any morals. He was just killing, taking the money from the highest bidder.
Also, spoiler alert though, but he was a snitch the whole time.
That's fair.
So he was that guy the entire time.
Yeah.
So it's. I've really enjoyed it, honestly.
Okay.
I gotta say, I watched it. There were some really badass moments that didn't hit home as hard as they should have, and I blame the actor.
Like what?
So it starts, the opening scene, they get a video from the cartel. The cartel just sends them a bunch of severed heads and said,
oh, yeah.
These guys were stupid. Don't be stupid.
Yeah.
We need to meet.
It was brutal.
There, and he's sitting there, and the dude, what's his name?
Which one?
The badass.
Oh, Lotto,
right? Lotto's sitting there, and he's like, we need to take him out. Deal with this. And he was like, are you crazy? Did you see the video? And he goes, I don't care. I've seen worse, and I'll do worse to them. If that hit harder, that's a good line.
Wait a minute. You're talking about Ben and Sean.
Yeah.
Not Benicio's character.
No, yeah, the white boys.
Oh, yeah. So, Sean and Ben, yeah.
Which one is he? Ben?
Which one is... Ben is Aaron... No.
Which one is the tough guy?
The military guy.
Yes.
Sean. That's Taylor Kish.
Sean.
Yeah.
I did not like Taylor Kish in this at all.
Okay.
I thought if Taylor Kish was played by Tom Hardy, I think this movie would have been better than The Town.
You like Tom Hardy, huh?
Love Tom Hardy.
No, I mean for this movie.
He plays a badass. This dude... And Tom Hardy's bisexual in real life.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Look that up. So that would have worked perfectly. But in this movie, every time he wanted to be tough, all he did was an angry face, but I didn't feel it. It didn't hit home. That's that. I don't care. I've seen worse and I'll do worse to them is a good line. Then they go to meet with them, right? And this is the cartel. These are just two guys. He's got some military friends helping him.
Well, he was military himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A SEAL. So real shit. They're sitting there and they're talking in the hotel room and they walk out on the balcony and they're like, we got to cut this deal. And he goes, no. He's like, let's just kill everyone.
Yeah.
Get this party started.
Yeah.
And he looks down and he's got all of his snipers ready to kill everyone.
Yeah.
And they're like, we can't do that. So he was like,
Yeah. I forgot about that.
It's gangster. It would be really great. If it was Tom Hardy, I'm telling you, this movie would have been a home run for me.
Well, the action sequences were good.
Yeah.
When once Ophelia gets kidnapped, then they start retaliating. They rob one of their locations. They steal a bunch of money from.
That was an
cartel.
awesome scene too.
Awesome scene. Good shootout. Yeah, good shootout. All that. And then there's a great the climax of the movie is another great shootout. Right. So this movie has a lot of things that I liked about it. Right. Good action sequences. For the most part, I would say pretty good acting. There were moments, like you said, with Taylor Kitsch. He's not.
I just don't like him playing it.
Yeah, I mean, but I think overall it was all pretty good. The overall story is even pretty, like you said, intriguing.
Awesome.
It's something that I've never seen in a movie before. It's as weird as it is. It was well, this has me enough to stay watching, right?
Right.
It's hooked me that much. So there's enough potential there to get me all the way through the movie, right? And be totally into the story and enjoying the ride, right? Yep. And then the end happens, right?
I didn't hate the end.
This is like the big spoiler, right? So if you don't want to hear this, fast forward. We're going to put some kind of warning on the screen. But there's the climax scene. Huge shootout in the desert. Exchange. Ben and Sean had ended up we forgot to mention kidnapping Salma Hayek's daughter. Mm-hmm. So they set up an exchange. Ophelia, for Salma Hayek's daughter, straight up. Yep. They meet out in the desert. And of course it goes south. Yep. Gunplay everywhere. It's nuts. Benicio gets shot. Aaron Taylor Johnson. Ben gets shot, right?
All three of them.
Well, no. Well, yeah. So Ophelia doesn't get shot. It's the two guys, right?
Okay.
Benicio gets shot.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Ben gets fatally shot. And I think Taylor gets...
She gets shot.
Okay. A lot of people get shot.
They're
right?
all died.
But Ben is fatally shot, like, through the neck. Okay? So Ophelia comes back. She finds him on the ground, like, bleeding out. She's just crying. She's inconsolable. And then Sean comes over, right? He pulls these, like, vials out of his pocket, sticks Ben in the leg with one. Then he shows it to her, sticks her with it. And then he takes his out, sticks himself with it. And I forgot about this, because I didn't like this movie when I saw it in theaters. And I couldn't remember what the hell was going on. I thought, at first I was like, oh, he's morphine, right? He's trying to help him out, right? And then when he does it to them too, I was like, oh yeah. Like, so basically, they were so in love, right, that they couldn't live without each other. So he kills all three of them with this poison.
Well, one's dying.
He's dying anyway.
Out of his misery.
Okay, but they killed themselves.
She's dying too. She's been shot up a bunch of times.
No, she hasn't.
She was laying on the ground. She was like, I'm so cold.
That's after he stabbed her with the thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she didn't get shot. Because she was running away with the other girl.
Okay.
But then she came back. So, they kill themselves because they can't live without each other.
Which is an homage to Ophelia, the movie.
Sure, whatever.
That's how it ended.
Right? So, then as O is narrating this, it gets this, like, where they're laying there dying, and she goes, or at least that's how I pictured it ending. And then it goes, and she says, this is how it actually happened. And it goes, backs up, starts the whole thing over from the moment of the exchange starts, and it's a joke at that point. Like, Benicio, like, he friggin', like, starts acting like a maniac, hauls ass out of there. John Travolta shows up with all these cops. And
he left because he snitched.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It just, the end was a joke.
You know why he left, though.
Well, yeah, because he's getting out. Yeah. So then it ends like that. That, you know, she gets arrested, right? Or shot. It doesn't matter. I was so pissed off at that point because I think that doing an ending like that is such a cop-out.
It's a cop-out.
It's a cop-out, bro. And I give me one or give me the other.
So,
because I don't know how the book ends, right? I don't know how the book ends.
Okay.
I didn't know how the book ends. The book ends with the suicide. Okay? So, people thought
I would have liked it.
People thought it was too bleak. I would have been satisfied.
If it was a suicide, I'd have been cool.
It's kind of like annoying as that is, it's like I would have been satisfied with that.
Well, yeah.
But then because you thought it was too sad for audiences, and then you give them this happy ever after ending, and they all three go get to live in paradise together. It was such a joke. I was like, I just wasted my time.
Well, so yeah, I agree with that 100%. However, it ended so fast after that scene that it didn't really bother me. Like, the movie was kind of to its climax, and they were like, oh, they actually did live, they're here now, movie over. But, I mean, there's so many good things about this movie that obviously we don't even have time to discuss all of it, but
yeah,
when little things that I really like when the director pays enough attention to do. Like, Ben is this super hippie. All he wants to do is save the world. Mm-hmm. He wants to help everyone with his weed. He wants to heal, whatever. Yeah. And he says a statement like, you know they're making laptops for $14? You can make a solar panel for $10. You change the world. Like little thing, good dialogue. I really like that. And it was cool to see, because when the cartel shows up, these are two weed dealers from America. You're supposed to be terrified.
Yeah.
They send you a bunch of severed heads in a video, like, you're going to be scared.
Yep.
But not China. China was like, fuck them. And he got soldiers, so you get to see soldiers be badasses to the cartel. They're not backing down. They're going head first. And then you see when Othelia gets kidnapped, you get to see Ben, the hippie, loves everything, have to change into a savage because he's got to focus on getting her back. All of that stuff really, really spoke to me. The ending, yes, I agree with, but the rest of the movie, I have to represent it. I think it was really
Bro,
good.
that is one of my biggest pet peeves with movies.
The ending?
Well, no, when you do an ending like that. There was this movie called Funny Games that did it.
Never saw it.
It just ruins the movie for me. A movie that has crazy potential for all the reasons that you just said, for all the good things that I've mentioned. I was in it the whole way there, and I forgot how it ended, and then I was pissed.
Well, the ending did.
Brittany wanted me to mention that another movie came out same year. I've never seen them, but apparently they did it in the Twilight movies too. I haven't seen them, but they did the same thing. This whole thing happens, and then they rewind and say, nope, that's not what happened. This happens.
I don't remember that.
I haven't seen them, so I can't say, but she wanted me to say that. And she's like, it's funny that it happened in the same year. I was like, yeah, it is kind of funny it happened in the same year. But
Yeah, it's definitely still a cop-out.
I hate it, bro. I literally hate
It didn't
it.
bother me that much.
But I can't. That pisses me off to no end, dude. So,
Alright.
let's get after it. Give me your score.
8-4.
Oh, my God. You're trying to offset the bad score that you know I'm about to give.
I know I'm going to watch it multiple times, and I just said I think it's as good as The Town.
That is crazy.
Might be crazy.
That is crazy. See, now I really need to know what people think of this movie besides me and you and Brittany, who I know said.
I know John liked it.
Did he? Oh, yeah.
John saw it like 8 times.
Jesus, man. Okay. 4.9 is my score.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you. That ending. Without that ending, if they give me one or the other,
That's terrible. That's travesty of a score.
I'm sorry. But that's what it is. You give me the first ending, which I'm totally okay with, okay? Or let the one die and let the other two live without him. That's the best
Well,
ending to me.
I think the throuple throws me off more than anything in the movie.
Yeah.
But I thought it was like a bold California-style political statement. Honestly.
No, I'm sorry. I hate it. And if we ever do, I'm telling you, if we come across another...
So you let the ending
ruins
change the whole movie.
It ruins the entire story for me. I wasted my time. I wasted my time.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah. Hey,
Do you hate the entire Game of Thrones series?
I wouldn't recommend it to anyone now.
Whoa.
They ruined it, bro. They ruined that show.
Ben's got a lot of passion.
They ruined.
Don't do things he doesn't like.
No. Now, see, but Game of Thrones didn't do this. They didn't end it and be like, wait a minute, let's try it again.
Well, no, you just said the ending of movies will ruin the whole thing for you.
It could. It potentially could. But what I'm saying, this specific endings of a movie can ruin a whole good movie. But the way they did this ending, the finishing it and then being like, no, we're gonna do it another way.
I will say the IMDb score favors yours more than mine.
Does it?
Yeah, it was like 50%.
Oh wait, no, 6.5. I mean, that's in the middle of you and I.
Oh, what's the one with the green squigglies?
Oh, that's the Metascore.
Okay.
So that's kind of like Rotten Tomatoes. It's an average of critic ratings.
Okay.
Yeah, so Metascore is different. The Metascore, yeah, it's 50. Or Rotten Tomatoes is 50%. I don't know what the Metascore is, but the user rating is 6.5.
I really think if they do that throuple thing now, it plays way better in today's society.
Yeah, again, as weird as it was, we're going to keep harping on this. It's weird to me. Like, yeah, today, by today's standards, yeah. I mean, and we're only talking 9 years.
We make it with Tom Hardy and Chris Pine.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I really, I hate when they do shit like that. I've seen it a few times, and to me, it's just the biggest cop-out.
So in the end, so 8s would watch it multiple times.
Which,
that's where I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not putting it at the top of that list, but I really did enjoy it. I was happy watching the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, where you at?
We're moving on to Insomnia. Yep. I feel like you're upset with my decision.
No.
Yeah,
no.
But
I'm just surprised by it.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
Don't apologize.
Okay, Insomnia, 2002. We talked about this last week. We were talking about Christopher Nolan,
Yes.
who directed the movie. It was his third third movie. It was his third direct. Jesus Christ. The third movie he directed. God damn. Written by someone named Hilary Seats. She wrote something called Eagle Eye. I don't really know who she is.
Eagle Eye was good.
I do like Eagle Eye.
Shia.
Shia. Yeah, my gosh, Shia. But it's based on a Norwegian movie with a very similar...
Okay.
Like the plot is very similar. And it stars Stellan Skarsgård, who is Eric Selvig in Thor. The guy that works with Jane. The older guy that works with Jane.
Yeah.
Yep. So he plays the main character in that version.
Okay, yeah.
So it's about these two LA homicide detectives, and they're sent to a fictional town of Nightmute, Alaska, to assist in a murder case. This 17-year-old girl, and it's during a time in Alaska where the sun doesn't set.
Okay.
So it's daylight, 24 hours a day.
Awesome. I love it.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And then the thing about Alaska is that you get that, and then on like the flip side, there's a time of a month where it's just dark. So that's that kind of stuff.
I would never want to be in that environment. I just loved it for this movie. I thought that was really cool.
Well, that's because that's when the vampires show up.
Oh yeah.
Stars Al Pacino and Martin Donovan. They play the two detectives that come up from LA.
Mm-hmm.
Hilary Swank, she plays a local detective.
Yeah.
And Robin Williams plays Walter Finch, who is the bad guy, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like I said last week, this is my favorite Christopher Nolan movie outside of The Dark Knight, I think. Just because...
Including the other two Batmans?
Yeah, I just love... I'm talking, The Dark Knight is, and the other two Batmans are great, but I think this is, it was one of his early ones that I think people just forget about, and it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
His first two movies were great. Memento, which was right before this.
Memento was great, but it's a hard watch.
I haven't seen it in a long time, so I'd have to see it again. And then his first one's even a very good movie. It's called Following. It's all black and white. You can tell it's like a first movie.
Okay.
But yeah, I absolutely love this movie. What did you think?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. The beginning had a great line. I laughed a little bit when they're trying to figure out who killed this girl.
Yeah.
And he said, all right, we got to press the kid at the school. We don't want to bring him here. We don't want to have time to think. Let's get him under pressure. He said, where's he at? Let's go pull him out of school. And the guy looks at his watch because it's daytime. Mm-hmm. The guy looks at his watch. He goes, it's 10 o'clock.
Yes.
He goes, yeah, so what's the problem? He goes, oh, no, it's 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, that's when he first...
That's funny.
Yeah, it's when he first realizes, what's going on. So the subplot, right, is that they get there, and the two detectives are kind of under investigation for some things going. It's like internal affairs investigation back in LA, which they give you a little bit internal affairs is doing this whole they're really just diving into all the detectives. So you got that, and then this murder case, right? And then the fact that there's no nighttime, and Al Pacino he can't sleep.
Right.
He's got all this weighing on his mind, right? He can't sleep, and he starts to kind of slowly lose it a little bit. And there's a moment early on, you can tell that the no sleep is messing with him. Obviously, no sleep would mess with anybody.
Of course, yeah.
But they're tracking down a lead on the murder case, and they're running through the woods by this river in Alaska, right? Mm-hmm. And it's foggy as hell, and they're all spread out because he shows up, the killer shows up, runs away, and they're chasing him, and they're running. And, Al Pacino's got his gun out because he sees him, he's losing him, he sees him, he can't. And you're as an audience, you're kind of watching, damn, what is he looking at? He pulls it, he pulls the shoot, click, nothing, draws his back up, bang, shoots, body drops, it's his partner. Spoilers.
Spoilers. But also to mention, the night before that, the partner said that he was going to make a deal with the DA. Or
the internal affairs.
Internal affairs. Yeah. Essentially giving Al Pacino up.
Yeah. He's I'm not going to give you up, but
Al Pacino said, yes, you have to.
The result of your action going there is he doesn't want you, man. He wants me. Right. So then you got
already some tension.
And so you get there and you see it happen, and as you're watching it, you can't see kind of ahead of you either, so you don't know who's there.
Right. And they do play on your thoughts a little bit. Like for a lot of the movie, did Al Pacino mean to do it? Did he not mean to do it? It's pretty unclear, but it's letting the audience decide, which I really appreciate them doing. And he's just in the moment, right? So he's like, there's no way they're going to believe that I did this by accident. He just agreed to turn state's witness or whatever. So from there, he proceeds to hide it. Essentially cover it up.
Tries to cover it up, and then you find out. So you don't hear Robin Williams speak until like almost 45 minutes into the movie, maybe. It's via phone call, and it turns out he saw it happen, right? And he left his gun at the scene, which he had shot another police officer with. So Al Pacino, like you said, as he's cleaning it up, he grabs that gun.
Yeah, Robin Williams left his gun on purpose so that they would know it wasn't him that shot him. It's a good move. Smart move.
It is smart. And then so from there, then this relationship develops between Al Pacino and Robin Williams, and Hilary Swank's character, who is like this young, like eager detective, obsessed, maybe not obsessed, but like
a fanboy of
Al
his
Pacino
career,
because he is a very
star. He's a
big deal. He solved the huge murder cases. Like he's famous,
right?
And so then she ends up being assigned to investigate the murder of Al Pacino's partner.
Right.
So now she's investigating Al Pacino while he's investigating. It's kind of. The plot is kind of, and it's not. It may sound, as I'm describing it, hard to. It's not. It's it's very straightforward. And it's like it's kind of funny because it's advice that Al Pacino gives her that like leads to her like on her way. To, it. And by the end of the week that he's up there, I mean he has not slept a wink. And he's so good. I mean, I believed every second of it that he was like, he looked like he hadn't been sleeping. I mean, it was great, man.
Yeah, it's funny, the beginning of the movie, and maybe it's because we just watched Scent of a Woman, but the beginning of the movie, I felt like Al Pacino was doing the blind thing. Like, watch it. While he's talking, before even the sleep deprivation, he's just like... And I was like, hey, the fuck?
Yeah.
And I even looked it up to see if they were close to each other. Like, if Al Pacino had done a lot of that blind study before this movie. But I think they're pretty separated, like 10 years or something.
Oh, really? That far? Yeah, you might be right. Yeah. Scent of a Woman was early 90s. Yeah, you're right.
So, and that's not what it was. It's just weird. It caught my eye. And for sleep deprivation, the CIA used to do, check it out, it's good, used to do experiments where they kept people, like soldiers in a room, awake for like 6 days. And people would start like ripping their skin off and eating each other. It's freaking crazy what sleep deprivation will actually do to you.
What's the longest you've ever stayed up without going to sleep?
32 hours, something like that.
Yeah, I'm maybe like, I've had like, even with like micro naps over a weekend one time and like a party and like it's sleep deprivation is no joke, dude. It's,
I got 2 hours of sleep one weekend. 3-day weekend, so.
Yeah.
That was rough. Atlantic City, man.
Yeah, that'll do it. That fresh oxygen.
And Sean, he was there.
Oh, man.
Wildness.
Quick side note also that I just want to say real quick. The scenery is absolutely beautiful.
It is.
It's again, Chris Nolan, like, I mean, he just knows what he's doing, man. I love movies set in the winter and Alaska. Like, it's just a weird thing that I have. Now, while this is set in Alaska, it was actually all filmed in Canada. Aside from like aerial shots that you see,
never know.
Like, that look like, at the beginning when they're flying in the plane to get there. All that is Alaska, but I think all the in the town and everything else, all that was Canada.
Yeah, movie magic.
But yeah, I just quick side note about that. I love that. And then so I'm just going to jump. We'll just fast forward real quick to the because we talked about Savages a lot, and I just
we did. That was my bad.
No, it's okay. But just
when we differ, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. And I just want to. This one is we both like this one, so it's not a whole lot to say, but I just want to touch on the end a little bit. Ellie figures out that Al Pacino killed his partner. Right? She figures it out, again, because of something that he said. Right? So there's this big climax, again, between Al Pacino, Robin Williams, and Hilary Swank. And Al Pacino and Robin Williams end up shooting each other, like, in this little cabin. And Hilary Swank is also there. Al Pacino actually, I'm sorry, I got a little bit ahead. The night before, as he's about to go home, right, go back to L.A., he tells the story of why he's under investigation.
Right.
And he planted this evidence, and it's a pretty, like, the story is like, you hear him and you're kind of like, yeah, I kind of, like...
Disagree with that.
But I kind of get it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a tough...
They did their best to make it seem like Al Pacino was still a good guy.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, it's hard for me to get... Because he obviously did something wrong, right?
Right.
But then what I was getting at is that he owns up to it, right? And he pays for it, right? So he gets... And the movie can't end any other way. It either has to end with...
I agree with that.
It has to end with him dying or going to jail. One of the two. So he goes... He's getting ready to leave, and he finds out that Hilary Swank's character went to go
pursue him
to go meet with Robin Williams. He promised to give her something that's going to help with the
little boy,
the girl murder.
They framed another guy.
Yeah, and then Al Pacino goes to do one last thing at Robin Williams' apartment. Finds out he left the thing that he promised the detective.
Oh.
He sees the letters that he promised. He's like, oh no.
Yep.
And, like, so he goes out there, and she's knocked out. And, Robin Williams is giving this whole speech about how she knows she's going to ruin it all, blah, blah, blah. She kind of comes to while Al Pacino and Robin Williams are fighting. Again, they end up shooting each other. He's down. She comes to him, and she's like, she has this shell casing, like the piece of evidence that she figures it out. And, he's like, she's about to throw it in this river, and he stops her, and he's like, no, you can't do that. Like, this pure and actually good detective, right? Like, I don't want to say loves, but admires him so much that she's ready to compromise her integrity to keep his secret, right? Because she's like, I know you didn't do it on purpose. And at that point, I didn't think he did it on purpose. Like, by the end of the movie, I don't think he did it on purpose.
Shot the detective.
Yes, I don't think he shot his partner on purpose. I don't. And it's like he stops her, and just like overall, I think he was a good man who made mistakes. Right? He made mistakes, and the icing on the cake is that he wouldn't let her compromise herself. Right? I mean, he's about to die anyway. What does he care?
Right.
But he stops her from doing that, and it doesn't show past that kind of, but. You have to think that she's going to then go and say, this is what happened.
Another real big takeaway for me was the depth in the storylines. Because at this point, like you said, he had already convicted a bunch of people of a bunch of things.
Notorious people.
And if they catch him planting evidence on this one case, all of those people are at risk of going free now. So it's almost like, how much does your life matter?
Yep.
Are you willing to do that? I mean... It's a movie, so perfectly, this is the one time he ever did it. All the other ones are legit fines and legit cases. But as soon as your integrity gets compromised, you get retrials for everybody else.
Yep.
There's going to be a Netflix series on it about. It was really, the depth of it was impressive because he was like, well, die now. If you die, at least all of the criminals that did the crime get to do the time. Instead of getting out on a loophole because you fucked one case up. So,
I agree. That's the last thing I was.
It was very well done, especially for how old it is.
The character development, I thought it was great. You watch this guy, and I just think it's a really great movie that everyone should see if you haven't seen it.
If I had one criticism,
go ahead.
It was too much Al Pacino.
He's the star of the movie.
I know, not too much of Al Pacino, but too much just Al Pacino. A lot of the movie is just him by himself. And I guess it has to be.
Yeah.
But
they were showing you the lack of sleep that he's getting. He's like boarding up his hotel room windows, and you just see him kind of like...
Right. It's almost like that Castaway thing.
Yeah.
Where he doesn't talk for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And Al Pacino is by himself for a lot of the movie, so that's the only thing I would knock it on a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I don't argue with that. There were it could have.
I don't know how you do that.
Could
but
tighten it up a little bit. I don't know.
yeah.
No.
I like the kid. I thought the kid in school was awesome.
The one they framed, yeah.
Said, you don't have an alibi. I didn't know I'd need one. Awesome.
Yeah. So what do you score it?
Very close, honestly. I'm gonna give it an 8-1.
Yeah, that's insane. That's literally what I was thinking.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would like it's a really good movie, man. It's I would say I've watched it multiple times and I'll probably watch it again. You know, like it
So at least this one, you get the stamp of approval from us. Go see it.
100%. I think
Savages, I want to see you guys.
I was gonna say 8.0. I was just gonna say boom right there.
Okay.
But I
hate
that's
what you wanted to do. Don't change it because of me.
It's crazy that we gave this. I literally was thinking 8.1. That's wild, dude.
That is wild.
I'm gonna start writing them down and just putting a sticky note over it so you can't see it until I'm ready to say it.
Oh, did you? You didn't have it written anywhere.
I don't write them down until.
Oh, because the reveal will be cooler.
Well, because I don't want you to see it and then be like influenced or whatever. Not that you would, but it's just a thing, you know.
Right.
So,
If
but
I
I
was
was
going to be influenced, it would have been on the first movie.
yeah.
I feel bad about giving it an 8.4. I need you guys to watch it and let me know if I'm fucking crazy.
I am very curious to hear other people's thoughts on it. I really am.
I think, honestly, at the end of the day, that'll probably fall somewhere in the 7s for most people.
Yeah. But I mean, again, the average rating was 6.5. So, like, it's in between you and I.
Yeah.
But, okay. We can talk real quick. Movie awards still out there.
They're going to be out for a while because we got to set up a place to do the awards.
Yep.
And COVID is like, ha! Good luck.
We're still working on that. But I mean, the ballot is everywhere.
Yes.
You can.
Have you been getting good response on that?
I'm trying not to look. We're getting responses, but I'm not looking. I had a friend reach out and say, "Don't you look at them." She really wants to help with like the awards part of like the like doing the thing. She's like, I'm picturing tables. I'm seeing, this like blah blah blah. She's like,
you got to get a podium.
It's D Money's wife. She's like so in.
Awesome.
By the way, speaking of D Money, he just started his own podcast.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
He said he wanted to.
He did. Him and a person that they work together. I don't know if they still work together. They did at one point. It's called the DJ and K Show. It's on Spotify.
Okay.
They're on Instagram and Twitter. DJ and K Show. I've listened to one episode. I think it's going to be good.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah. They're just talking about cultural issues, things like that. I'll send it to you.
Cool.
DJ and K Show. I'll put it in the description of the video so everybody can see it.
Awesome. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah. So check them out. Next week we can talk about that segment now.
Oh yes. So Ben messaged me and said, "Hey, new show coming out, WandaVision. We're big Marvel guys here at the Real Life Movie Talk, and he wanted to know if we wanted to just review each episode as it went. And yeah, of course.
Of course, big Marvel guys over here. They're dropping. I'm sorry, you don't already say it. First 2 episodes of WandaVision. Did you say that?
No, they come out tomorrow, the 15th.
Yep. So today's the 14th, 15th. First 2 episodes, and then after that, it's week to week each episode. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're just gonna watch both of those, and then we're gonna stay ahead of it. Every week will be the week prior's episode.
Are we gonna do spoilers?
With that, I would say probably not.
Okay.
What do you think? Do you want to? I mean, we're at a point now where it's like we got to pick a lane and say, hey, they either know if they come to this show, they're gonna get spoilers, so they should watch it first, or so we can discuss that. And we'll.
I think we should. I think that'll be the last of the reviews.
Yeah.
And then it'll be spoilers ahead. So
yeah.
If you haven't seen it, don't watch the rest of our review.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna be a week behind.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say no going forward. Like with a big show like this, I think most people are gonna be watching it week to week, especially since it's the first MCU stuff to come out since Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
I mean. Right, because Black Widow was supposed to be up, but then that's now this year.
That's crazy. But it'd also be fun, I think, because we can give ideas of what we think's gonna happen.
That's true too. We predict.
I enjoy
predictions. Yep. So
cool.
So that should be about 2 months, right? Because it's like 8 or 9 episodes. So do that. So we're gonna do the episode each week, and then Did you say we're gonna do a movie as well?
Yeah, we're gonna do a movie still.
We're gonna do a movie
too. 1 movie, 1 episode.
Exactly.
Well, 2 for the first one, but then the rest.
Yeah. So the movie we're doing next week. Also, brand new, comes out on the 15th on Netflix. It's called Outside the Wire. It stars Anthony Mackie, who is
in Marvel,
the Falcon.
Yep. or Captain America.
Yep.
We don't know yet.
Yep.
See where that goes.
And it's also stars Damson Idris, who is the main character in Snowfall. Have you seen Snowfall? Show on FX?
No.
It's
you watch a lot of shows.
Yeah, Courtney and I, we were watching, honestly, dude, we watched more TV shows than movies until we started doing this.
Oh, really?
And now I watch...
Screwed your whole family dynamic.
No, because we still watch shows sometimes, but, like, it's not as much. Yeah. Like, we're not up to date on things as, like, I normally like to be, but yeah, so that's all. Snowfall is one of those ones, I kind of compare it to Breaking Bad, where it starts really good, and then it gets better, and you know, like Breaking Bad? Okay, well...
I'm definitely in the minority there.
Okay.
But I liked Breaking Bad. It was so overhyped by the time I watched it. I think my expectations were different. People tell me they liked it more than Game of Thrones, and I wouldn't even put it in the same conversation.
They're two apples and oranges.
It ended better. But
it definitely ended better. But anyway, my point is that Snowfall has gotten better and better. It's 3 seasons, and each season has been, better. It's cool. So good. It's about when the crack epidemic started in the 80s in LA. You know, the main character, Franklin, he goes from a small-time weed hustler to this, like, drug kingpin, man. It's oh, God, so good.
How good?
So good, bro. So good.
Okay.
4 seasons supposed to come out this year, I think.
All right.
But it's definitely worth your time, 100%. Okay. We were supposed to play Name Their Movies today, but both people that I texted have not responded.
Julia responded right away.
Let's see, get her. We can...
She's going to ask 30 questions, though.
Yeah, let's see. That'll be real-time text. And who cares? If we end up playing somebody we've already played, screw it, you know?
It will be better this time.
yeah. It could be somebody like we did Denzel and got like 8 movies.
Yeah, who was it? I think our most pitiful performance was George Clooney.
Morgan Freeman wasn't good.
I can't really think of many George Clooney movies. I still can't.
Speaking of, have you seen his latest on Netflix?
Tom Hanks.
We did Tom Hanks.
Do you want to do it again, no? New, different one.
Say woman. Let's do a woman. We haven't done a woman since Scarlet. We've only done one. Okay. Anyway, it's a space sci-fi movie. It's brand new.
It's a sci-fi movie?
Yeah. Well, kind of. Not necessarily sci-fi, but it's kind of set in space and the world's ending, and it's like a... Yeah. Anyway, boring.
Boring?
So slow, dude.
Yeah.
Painful.
Your facial expressions and your emphasis made me think you were going to say so good. You were like, boring. I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Meryl Streep.
Okay. This is going to be a quick game, folks, which is fine because this episode's probably running long anyway. So we're going to do Meryl Streep. It's going to be embarrassing because I know maybe 1 or 2. If we don't want to do that, I just got Halle Berry back from my wife.
What's it, Halle Berry?
Okay, we're going to do Halle Berry.
Can you give me one Meryl Streep, though?
The Devil Wears Prada.
That's the only one I had.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Bridges of Madison County, I think is another one. Okay. Halle Berry. This is actually from a fan of the show, she said. Family member, Malcolm. Shout out to you, Malcolm. This is for you, buddy. We're going to try. We're going to do our best to represent Halle Berry. Let's get it. I'm going to go 4. She's still sending them. All right, tell her we're good. We got it. Julia, thank you too. All right, we're good. All right, so I won, right? So I'm going first. I'm going to say John Wick 3.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know the James... Die Another Day? James Bond Die Another Day?
Yeah, the worst Bond movie ever.
I only knew you knew it because you said that recently.
Why? Because I mentioned it. It was...
The movie review.
No, the awards.
Award thing. Yeah.
Worst of all time, yeah. Gothica.
Ooh, good point.
It's another one that you mentioned, I think. We were talking about something else. You thought it was something else.
I thought Insomnia.
Yeah, that's right.
The Flintstones.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
She was bad in that movie.
She was...
Good for her.
Okay, hold on a minute. Monsters Ball. Mm-hmm.
John Travolta was in this one. Swordfish.
Yeah, that was one I had pocketed.
She was bad in that movie too.
Yep. Catwoman. That might be one of the worst movies of all time.
I never saw it.
Oh, dude. It is so bad.
Oh.
I mean, whew, sorry, Halle. We appreciate you, but damn, that movie sucked. Oh, God.
Well, damn.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know a lot of her stuff, man. Oh, I just saw a recent one with her. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't...
What's your turn? What am I doing?
You can give me a count.
All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
X-Men.
She was in the first one, right? Yeah, okay, good call. Good call. So then I'm going to go X2.
X3.
That's not what it's called.
Yeah, it is. X-Men 3.
Mm-mm.
Fucking A. You know what it's called?
Not completely.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I hate when the plan backfires.
Mm-hmm. Not completely. It's like, I don't want to give it to you.
Fine. X-Men Days of Futures Past.
That is it. Yeah.
No, that's not the third one.
No.
But
But that is another one. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, fuck, dude. It's going to kill me. What? I wish I knew it. I really wish I knew it. I can see the cover. I know the general, like, what it's supposed to be, I
I
think.
can remember the whole movie.
Ah, man. Bro, what is the one that she was just in? Oh, God. All right, I'm going to say... it's X-Men 3. Oh, God. What is it? Is it Rise of the Phoenix?
That's close.
It's something like, I know it's like X-Men 3.
That's the new one, though, I think.
That's called Dark Phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
This is something else, and it's just like, it's right there, on the tip. You can count me down, bro, because I don't think that's it. Here. Do you have another one?
No. I mean, I've got 10 more seconds, so.
Yeah.
10,
Oh, God.
9, 8, 7, 6,
I can picture her.
5, 4, 3,
Run.
2.
Run.
I don't know.
Bro, that's got to be it. It's the new one. Her kid gets kidnapped and she's chasing him down in a...
Okay. We'll say run. Put run down.
I'm going to say it.
It was X-Men Rise of the Phoenix.
Oh, it was.
So I'll say that one.
Rise of the Phoenix. All right. Well, I'm out then. But I think that could be wrong.
We gotta Google both of them.
Yeah, we're gonna. This was a poor showing, but again.
Tell you what, if both of them are wrong, we'll call it a draw.
Yeah. Yep. I am so mad, man, because I know more of her movies. I know I do. We named the 4 main ones there, like that are most.
Throw Mama from a tree.
Nope, it's called Kidnap. Oh shit! And then where's that X-Men movie? Oh, perfect. The Last Stand. We were both way wrong. It's called X-Men: The Last Stand.
I didn't saw that. Yeah. Dang.
Shit, man. Okay, well, you still won because you got Days of Future Past. Yeah, you got Days of Future Past. Swordfish, X-Men, White Bullworth. I was trying to think of like early ones, dude, and I just could not. Executive Decision. I should have known that.
I don't know that one.
It's Kurt Russell and like Steven Seagal. The only movie Steven Seagal has ever died in is that movie. It's the only one.
Steven Seagal.
Oh man, I used to love his movies as a kid.
No, me too.
The action, like the late '80s, early '90s, he had some bangers. But then you get to like the one with Ja Rule and after, and it's God, what are we doing here?
DMX. I actually didn't even hate the one with DMX.
Have you seen the one? Excellent Moons.
Yeah, excellent.
Oh, dude, Anthony Anderson was so funny in that.
Yeah, I agree.
Did you see the one? Oh, the YouTube video where he's like doing like martial arts, but they're just like falling. They're letting them, dude.
Yeah.
Ah.
He was a sheriff on patrol in Florida.
Real show. Real show.
He said the funny thing is I could get pulled over by
Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
God, my brain.
Yeah, it's
What are
okay.
you touching on?
Let's do rum, dude.
Rum.
Actually, let's do the Killed Out Post rum.
It's my new favorite segment. It's called Shoot the Shit.
On this?
Taking shots of the
nice,
shit.
dude. Wait.
Not that alcohol is shit. Shit isn't in general word. It's not a derogatory slur toward Ben's liquor cabinet.
Alrighty, buddy. Let's get this. Looking forward to next week.
Lucky.
Hopefully we got another Ravens win to talk about.
Yes,
Cheers
let's
to them.
go.
Cheers to you, Nick. Congrats again to you and Lainey on the birth of your daughter. We love you.
Happy birthday.
See ya.
Ooh.
Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe.
Real talk for real movies, yeah, we'll listen. Real life on real hype, you feel different. Underrated, appreciated, or barely made it. You let us know at Law Bay, yeah, you really hate it. And Christmas like in the past, he got it going better. And like Jess, it didn't show up and we don't let him. It's real talk, no theoretical, though it ain't invisible, man. It's so dependable, damn. You can't see him if it's dark or bright. Ask Chris with his Miller Lite. Or Blockbuster, it's so good, right? Candyman or Tony Dodd or Holy God. I mean the devil all the time, or at least a lie. Apocalypto, go against the grain like your boy Adam, who drink Jack like Jungle Ann and Nick Mullins. Educate us, tell us what you know about him. Is it bad or good like Peanut Butter Falcon? Special guests like Danny D and Dave Arnold. Let us look to the future, event horizon. In real life, the movie will never stop. Till it does, we drop and there's no getting up. Until then, subscribe and they let you know the tops. Only way to know for sure is to watch. So shut up and drink your pops, your soda and corn pops, and listen to the real life movie talk. I'm isolated like the lady in black, and I seek revenge for these movies that whack.